Good morning, everybody. In today's video we are going to be machining a spool for an RGT rock cruiser or an EXT Barrage. I mean, they're pretty much the same crawler. This spool, it comes with the RGT and Barrage. They're made out of plastic. And the spool or differential, the drive shaft goes to, and then it spins the axles, which spins the wheels. They're made out of plastic and they don't hold up very well. If you get stuck in a place, your axles will actually spin in the spool, and so if you get stuck, your wheels won't be spinning at all. Your drive shafts will be spinning, but your wheels won't be spinning, because the cheap plastic just opens up and the axle just spins in there. Here's what this is what the actual differential or spool looks like. Okay, and that's with the gear on it, and here is the one without the gear. Now my son and I were doing some crawling and some bashing, and I saw that his wheels, one of his wheels wasn't spinning when he was in a tight spot. So what happens is, let me get, there we go. What happens is the axle, which goes in here, right, it just spins. Well, actually the spool spins on the axle because your wheels are touching the ground, so that they just spin on there. So that's no good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my own spools, because I'm a machinist and I have a CNC machine at work. I'm gonna make my own spools out of brass. Now why I'm using brass is because brass is heavier than other materials like aluminum or steel. I could make them out of steel, but I mean, steel rusts. So if you would make them out of steel, you're gonna have problems down the road with rust, because we go through water and mud and stuff, right? So that's fun, right? So I'm gonna make them out of brass, so they're heavy and they won't rust. And so I drew this up in Camworks. I took the measurements off the plastic spool. I drew it up in Camworks, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna machine it out of a stock piece of brass. It's a square stock, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna face mill the top. I'm gonna rough the perimeter of the part, make it round, and then I'm gonna do these bosses, make those round, and then I'm gonna do this pocket. So that's what's going on here. This is showing you the tool paths. Okay, so let's take a look at what that looks like in the simulator here. We can actually simulate this and see how it's going to run in the machine. So let's take a look. See, we're face milling the top. We're doing our perimeter around our first boss. Okay, that's a finish pass. And we're doing our next boss, and then we're doing our final boss, and then we're doing our pocket. Okay, and as we can see here, the green is the finished product and the blue is our stock. So let's go back. Now I'm gonna flip this over. I have it in the vise. And I'm gonna do the second side. Get my X and Y right. And we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pretty much do the same thing as we did before. I'm gonna do our perimeter, our contours, and then our pocket. We're also gonna drill and tap the holes for the screws that hold the metal gear on. Okay, so let's look at that. I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna click here. And do it this way. Okay, so our first half is done, you see, and then this is gonna be our second half. So let's hit play, see what that's gonna do. All right, so we're gonna go around, and we're gonna do some more bosses. We're gonna do our pocket. We're gonna drill and tap. Okay, gonna take a look, and now all our part is all green. That means it's finished. It's all on size. It's in the tolerance that I want. It's nice. It's perfect. Love it. So that's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be a little cool project of mine. I'm glad that I can do this. I have the means to do this. It's fun to make your own parts if you can, especially something this small. On the next video, I'm actually gonna machine it. When I get some time, and we're real busy at the shop right now, but when I get some time, I'll throw this in the machine. I have a Haas VF2 SS, and I'm gonna machine it on that, and that'll be in the weeks to come. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed day.